Well, here we go. Debut of the new Falcons roster versus a Saw that actually surprised and impressed in Stockholm. We're going to see if they can keep it up here on LAN in Melbourne. A late invitation here to Intel Extreme Masters. Saw on the T side of Nuke sending it.
Straight out into the top site here. Nico, full blind. m0NESY's made quick work of this A play. They managed to get the bomb down through the vents. Nico's heard this. So rotate should be taking shape for the Falcons. TeSeS knows he has the other two trapped in right here at ramp, and so divide and conquer for the Falcons. They keep Saw apart, and their strength is together.
Reunited in a team that just came off of a trophy. The stakes do not get more difficult for Saw.
And I was curious to see what they have planned for the first gun round, seeing how they didn't force even with the plant. But the Falcons with the aggressive play on ramp sort of put a spanner in the works, and seems like after the smoke they're still just going to go ramp. Nico has good nades.
I mean, they even hastily constructed the boost just to take it one step further. This ramp room turns into a killing field. And m0NESY's the one still left standing. Tyrus has grabbed the bomb, but now is to embark on a 1v3, and he doesn't have lobby either. Slowly but surely he's getting pincered. And they're both on him now on this backstab. m0NESY still on a flawless game. Let's go! As he eludes capture, Kixan chases down the final kill, and that rifle round is kicked aside with no issues. 4 strong in the top side to open. Fast rotate for m0NESY, gonna have to link up with TeSeS in at the ramp room.
Oh no.
Not here in time, so TeSeS got to drop on down. Getting hounded, getting chased. No time to get a fresh mag in. Hacker will find him. Nico already here, but takes one of the domes straight away. Doesn't even feel like a fair fight for Nico there. Oh, living on borrowed time.
He pulled nades.
Oh, Azuu, that's awkward.
It's a very weird,
very vulnerable position when they don't have control over that decon door. Earlier damage on a Nico might never get capitalized on either. 3 kills deep in the round.
That really feels like a round of what could have been. Agile pulling nades, Azuu planting for Nico. Very strange. And that was after they were gifted the entry onto TeSeS, who's jumping in the open down ramp. Materis, though, on the B side of Nuke carry. Seen this one before, but not to be. Nico with 4 kills, despite being dinked before he saw a single player.
Just like Brolin dreamed of being an IGL.
Bombs coming back outside late in the round. So Materis can't die. Well, they're in a world of trouble. Nico trying to make that happen. Does do it easily. Oh, with the shadow as well. He had every chance.
Yeah, I don't really, other than Kixan walking forward yelling, "I'm here, I'm coming." There wasn't much more
no. What?
the story could have had going his way there.
Oh.
Nice,
It does feel like you need to win a round by playing a little bit more default before you can change the pace.
m0NESY had taken that shot, that might have been a double. They lined up for him in the door, but m0NESY spammed out. They don't know about Magisk up here on the rafters. He's in a good position to try and steal that all the way, but it's teeing them up for Nico to make his move. It's considered, it's thought about, and Materis will deal with him. Finally Saw get on the board.
m0NESY staying mobile. It's Nico on lower. TeSeS just covers the ramp. Seeing a lot of ramp control. Oh, Story picks TeSeS. This could be a round for m0NESY if they keep going on this pathing, wrapping round the world. Cancelling the Heaven reboost. m0NESY knows that there is a timing for them to get to hell. He's got to be cautious. Agile stops that lobby push. There's one more where that came from. Magisk does hold the line. Modessy's pushed in as well. Oh dear. Close player is the one he's got to worry about. He sees both. Misses the shot. 2 entries at the same time. Falcons crunch lobby. They're both denied. And Nico had a great game, but 12 and 4 stuck down this B site. So I'm going to avoid him entirely.
And that's the benefit of having the op on the T side, right? If you're going up against rifles. Oh, nice. No.
Oh my god, he saved it.
Yeah. You know, you have the advantage with all those fights, and I don't know if Monacy maybe thought they were going to switch it up, and that's why he went ramp.
Throwing fast walls, but never crossing with them, unless it's materials alone. Ooh. Nothing worse than tapping with the spam. You feel like it's so much ammo to hit you. Monacy, first AWP kill. Bomb comes back up. Meanwhile, Azuwu gets a key entry out ramp. That's a nice shot onto Tesses. Bomb is not ending lower. It's going around the world.
Well,
Awesome.
they know Monacy's secret. That's why it makes sense for them to try and wrap and put pressure there, right? They have the AKs, they have the advantage. Looks like they want to split A, but still a little bit disconnected, and Kixan can do some damage from hut.
Especially as it's Zulu low on health, looking to walk into him first. That kill comes for free. Kixan's MP9 continues that path of aggression and will get stopped. Honestly, they knew he was down in lower, able to get up the vents, but doesn't survive long. Story was waiting all round long for someone else to move in out in the yard, and so finally gets rewarded. Saw starts storming the board here. That's now 4 rounds in a row.
Super passive outside. G2 gambling on the upper site.
Yeah, Falcons.
G2. I saw Monacy and I said
Yeah.
G2. Oh my god. Well, old habits die hard.
Bound to happen a couple of times.
Story. He's done it again. Squeezed a shot into Nico in main. Saw with this unbreakable smoke. Can cross into that A site. Monacy's looking for them. Timing into garage. He's aware of it. Has not found Story. This is all over the place. They're going to meet ramp, and fair enough. They've been beating Tesses to the punch, but he's already dropping low, and knowing the time is low, doesn't need to commit to this position. Monacy takes it up. He's missed the timing, and Azuwu won't miss that shot. Straight into the B site, straight into Tesses and Kixan.
Yeah, there is still this double setup here to give Falcons something to fight for in this round, but that's an awkward whiff out of Tesses. Now they learn about the double setup. They were hoping that Story could keep the porch light on in this top side play. Doesn't happen. Instead, the AWP knocked out, and now everyone looking on at Azuwu in an impossible 1v3. Falcons break that 5-round streak that Saw were on and win out this first half. That just brings the util, everyone else gets the armor. And it's very limited in terms of the utility here, so something a bit more stripped back for the Falcons in this pistol. Tesses, living decoy.
Oh. Go on, Azuwu. How's he done that? 3 kills. Agile's there to help out.
That's us, guys.
There's the util. That's the sign to go for the Falcons. Quick trade onto CJ. Monacy and Tesses both find success in that downtime as well. And they knew Mutiris was down at lower, so they're not worried about him in the kill feed. It's a clean round for the Falcons.
Yeah, rough game from Tesses, but that's a huge impact round, his biggest yet. Triple entry on upper.
It is a lot of room for him to have. Just ran with the smoke straight away. Didn't anticipate Saw would bring the fight out in the yard.
They're definitely expecting Falcons now someone to be B because of how much pressure Nico put quickly, but they're going for the lobby crunch.
Magisk waiting for this. He gets out with the first. Tesses holding on a heart, but that leaves a bit of a gap over towards the door, and CJ collects 1 kill for free. There's the helping hand. Kixan dropping off a T-roof. That frees up Falcons a hell of a lot.
Yeah,
Nico with all this room out in the yard.
They're walking the ramp smoke.
Yeah, they know where both players are, right? So Agil got a kill on the push and Azu as well. Nico heard them. So ramp was the proper reaction from Falcons in this situation. Feels like now with the bomb planted, the SAW players will just have to save.
Fast and loose. And only
Starting to
two
try the
helmets.
main pick. No, he's crossing red. He ran main at the start. Ollie went in, and so he decided not to even bother. Instead, takes a deep line outside on this AWP, and there is that hunt for Nico. Story even getting out, living to fight another day. That's a big win for SAW. Five v 3. Smoke's going to start to fade as well. So even doing anything with this control out in the yard is tenuous at best for Falcons. It's become a bit strung out here. The AWP slowing them down. Smoke's now having faded all these angles opening up. This one's going nowhere quickly. The limited util they've got. Kixan tries to put up some sort of buffer, but it won't be enough. Mutira's on the swing, out from Garage, keeps it clean.
Still got it.
Story in windows.
They threw an extra smoke. They did the standard wall, and then they threw like the other Na'Vi smoke, and that allowed Nico to cross into Garage. And SAW, as far as they're concerned, they just threw standard smokes. They didn't realize. So Nico's got right behind enemy lines. Headshot into Story, climbing back up heaven from the outside. What a cool little gimmick for Falcons to get deep control. And sure, maybe you realize you lost Silo, you lost Lobby, but you got heaven, and you're about to win this A site. No one home.
That's the spot. They know that Azu is still floating around in the lobby. He's going to knock
shoot.
Tessez out on the cross. How much is that going to entice SAW to go for this? Mutiriz adds another. Honestly catches CJ on the pathing up through the vent, but it's still Azu in the lobby, causing some issues. He's teeing up his teammates here with util as well, trying to help them out and springboard them into this retake. Nothing happens. Mutiriz seen back in the lobby now. They know about him in this 1v2. And no one's keen to go fighting him. Why give him the chance? Why give him the opportunity? Mutiriz just looking to hang around and stay alive. Get out with this rifle. Takes more to the grave with him. A punishing round, a costly round short. But a victory for Falcons nonetheless.
Yeah, getting all the kills is actually pretty valuable. SAW know they already had the money, so they're just trying to set Falcons up for failure.
I think you can see the reason why they're not really trying to change the pace that much with set calls is they just feel, you know, you're the better team and you can sort of outplay them.
Creeping.
I mean, also, like, these yard smokes have been a big part of the mind game between the squads, right? It's 4 smokes going down in the yard in most of these rounds for Falcons. And so SAW are never really sure what that means. It's a lot of util to commit. Everyone's doing it now. But yeah,
crazy.
You know, you see 4 smokes land in the yard, 2 sets of the wall. A lot of the time you think that's enough to, yeah, let's drop lower. They're going to use that. Falcons did it so much. SAW never know what those smokes mean. They never know the true intention behind it. Might all end, though, not with Nico offering up heroics out in the yard. Instead, it's this fight for Magiskin at ramp that's opened up the B play. Kit is away from SAW. They didn't pick it up. And so they just don't have the time here. Caught scrambling. Falcons shut them down. Nico putting on a masterclass in what was meant to be a day for talking about m0NESY in his debut game. The spotlight shines yet again on Nico and what he's able to do in the Falcons jersey.
Mid to B. And 3 here. SAW already.
This is what they're set up for. But it still gets awkward as the gap closes on the door and window. They get past the first few, but then things go awry. Agil and Matira's quick work made over that B split.
Coming in a little bit delayed from Falcons.
Zulu goes uncleared, still fires off early. Monacy, good for that trade, and that's an important trade kill to have picked up. It keeps the bomb out on this long side, ready to split into A once these short players can get involved. But the window on this is closing. Saw scramble bodies over. And through the smokes, they find success. It's only Nico left. First kill goes his way, but a lot further still to go, and no time to get it done, and he's got 10 seconds left. Nico can't win this. And so there's no choice but to just back off and let Saw continue racking up rounds.
Counter-terrorists win. Nice boy. Nice boy.
Falcons going to up the pace. Quick long. Zulu here, he's been very sharp today. Hit some bangers back on Nuke. Oh, smoke shot. I don't know why CJ went back in. Felt like they were bailing, but gives them an entry.
Yeah, two of them were not going to be able to effectively fight for long, so sort of throwing his life away. Nico finds Agil as well. He's definitely going to push this now to see if there's anyone else in the bomb site. Get some information. The rest of the SAW players are on A, so this is most likely going to be just a save.
Well, the exits will go a long way.
I think they, at this point, Falcons shouldn't try to search for SAW players anymore. I think I always prefer it when you bulk up your economy before you try to pressure your opponents.
I know this has to be all in over at long. Flash to try and bring in one of these AWPs. They did displace Monacy for a second, but the shot just sailed on past him.
Oof.
Still though, this is far from comfortable. With smokes down, Azuwu tries to play around it. Finds that opening and now disappears into this smoke. All of SAW up close in the sight, but they will get overran. It's only Story left. Jump shot, won't attempt it. Instead goes fishing for Monacy. And lives to regret it.
It might delay them just enough, let's see.
Nico's played through the molly, getting ahead of it, but blinded on the cross. Out in the open, Story gets one for free. It's this late backstab of Magis, double lined up over at long. Story and Azuwu shot in the back. Jump making his play, but can't find his footing. Monacy's gonna get rid of him, and Agil just left looking on at a...
Magis finds good timing, wins the duel against Azuwu, and then Story was low HP, just the spray transfer. Takes care of him.
Did he see him? Yeah, Monacy ain't falling for that. Patience pays off. Nico picked it up a B. He got shot through the smoke.
Probably feels like just the frustration pent up for Story, couldn't really activate himself in this half with the AWP so much, so he's really looking for that fight too much, so.
Worth noting that Nico had an AWP again in the upper B, peeking the B side. They had two AWPs going. It's like Monacy shoots his mid, then Nico, or vice versa. Oh, nice shot from Monacy. Brawl in middle. Whoa, kicks it. How'd he get that?
Let's go!
That third kill.
Tsunami, boys, stop doing tsunami for fuck's sake.
And he's had some pop-off games, man, in this Bucharest run that they've had. Nico punishes the information play. See another 4v5. What the call is now from Saw. Story still has an op. He's over towards long. Heard Mutiris come back to A.
Oh, he missed him. This is a nightmare for Story. He can't even put his mouse in the right place.
Seemingly didn't know either that Magisk was that deep. Story kind of missing them on the cross. Mutira is desperate to hold on. But even in amongst this, Nico's making a move through the B site. m0NESY holding down short. No route back into this for Saw. The only path forward for CJ is just battling through the catwalk. And even then, he's been smoked off as he rotates back. Nico lies in wait. They've been seeing him constantly in and around the tunnels. He instantly shifted back through T-spawn. Hey, there you go.
Finally.
It wasn't the Story AWP, it was the Mutiris scout that we should have been worried about.
Clearing lower, but these are force-bought guns. We've got Famises, we've got MP9s. Nico should have this fight. He's seen him. Clinical. 2 more on Cat, though. This could get weird. The Tsunami's back for more. Got waves up on short. They're flooding mid. Tesses taps him. Nico, well, not needed. Tesses with 2. Bomb can join out long. Knife out. Kickson. Bit scary, but it's only a scout. And Team Falcons, 8 rounds in a row we're looking at.
Oh, and they're swinging this final kill. They want to fight him. They want to end this. Agil at range on the MP9.
Hey.
Will get dealt with. Nico's backstab puts a stop to it. That 4-0 start for Saw is a short-lived victory as the next 8 rounds come through for the Falcons consecutively. They're holding one hell of a lead, looking for that 2-0.
B on a lot of anti-ecos. Just walked right in.
They'll be ready for this long hit as well.
Clean tap for Tesses to open. But his time is short-lived. Falcons have everyone here ready to retake, ready to go. Match has been spotted on that jump up.
They're so trapped. They have to fight from the site. Just falling in. Needed that second, and Nico helps him out for it. Just Story from afar. 1v3, and not really the gun for this either. Are they going to give him one? Does look like it. They're on the bomb. Cover needs to be good. Story's found a dink. One more shot. He can't connect. That's as close as it can get. Nico gets a stick. Falcons 9-round win streak.
Let's see how this long take goes.
CJ first man in, flashes full.
Wow.
And wreck him on that long push. Rest of the gang was slowed down by the util. So those attempted trades don't come till it's far too late in the round. That's really awkward. They get shut down hard on the long side. Burnt a pause to come up with this as well.
I love that they bail from long as well. They immediately take short control, re-clear middle as a pack. They just want to play it safe. They want to keep as many alive. Beck and Sword across in. And that's perfect. Getting info from the smoke break. m0NESY up for the ace right now. He's going for it. Get it. Not today. Oh, talk of an ace! Oh! Talk of an ace! One more bullet in that gun, and we be talking to stories.
It looks like actually Nico moves up to join him. He was waiting for that fight for a long time, and Mutiris apparently is kryptonite. They muscle their way in past Nico as well. That double stack on short, unraveled. Now the bomb planted. Spot on Tesses on the long side. That nade just falling shy of finding CJ.
Wait.
Line up for Kicksan, maybe, might have to be. They're caught in this crossfire. It's only Agil left standing. Saw thought they had this round in the bag. A lot of time ticked off this bomb though. Kit's coming in a little late from the catwalk, and Magisk has been found. There just isn't time for Tesses here. They needed that kit. They needed Magisk to win. A swing and a miss means there simply isn't time for Tesses to win this.
You know, just Sonic knows if they win this round, they probably won the game, and you want to get all your ducks in a row.
Don't slow the roll.
Fake. Story bullied by the util, but he gets his revenge. Line up in the smoke. Story's double opener has started this one strong for Saw. Odyssey now takes a long sight line on this AWP. As the round slows down. Odyssey has 3 of them in a line. They're closing this distance. They're already up the ramp. He doesn't know. Monacy might just get shot in the back here. No, Kixan spies it from far away. And now Monacy has this smoke to play around. This AWP is still a real threat. CJ could alleviate all this pressure right now, but nothing found with that smoke still down. They learn about him now. Spam misses its mark. Monacy given a bit more room. Finally shut down. And it falls to Magisk in this clutch. Great movement to get up short here from Magisk. Years of experience shining through. But can he read as well as he can move? Magisk out wide, deleted on the first turn. No clutch today.
Kind of has to take this risk. Great push from him. They're going to block B. This is a good block as well to buy time for him on the flank. This duel is going to be really important.
And there it is, the classic. You knew it was going to happen. He holds it literally all round. And the second he looks away, that's when Tesses moves in. Still finding kills as Saw, and they've at least got Mutiras across here on a far-flung corner. Out towards short. Story adds another to the tally. Agile's up on the board now as well. Tesses can't catch his bearings. And this one gets pulled out from under the feet of Falcons. It felt like they'd done enough. But their feathers are getting ruffled here. This scoreline continues to close up. Saw are on one hell of a back foot here, right? It was 11 rounds straight for the Falcons. Now Saw have gotten 4 in a row. That was exactly how they started this second map. And Monacy playing in that B site and not middle. They don't have the info as to how deep Saw have got here on short. They have to be considering it.
Nico's in trouble. He's trying to set up nades, but they're already up and past this. Kicks and bails him out. Monacy's held down the B bomb site. That leaves lots of players on A for Falcons, and Kixon has somehow stayed alive in that Molotov. Will go back in for the swing. Tesses by his side. And somehow, someway, Falcons may have been caught off guard, but they have absolutely recovered. 3-on-1. Story, he's had a lot of close clutches. He's going to need to complete one this time. Fate comes out, and no one's biting.
He had Tesses jumping up, but the spam comes through from Tesses. Great awareness there.
Gets punished by Nico and Kixan.
First actual long take of this T side, and it's gone pretty poorly. Actually, no, sorry, same as last time. Monacy hits his flashes. The pop Saw very late. Gonna walk out through the mid to B smoke. Magix is still looking aware this could happen, but it's only one man. And he's good for the job. CJ selling this fake. They go climbing up catwalk. Look at everyone biting down. Everyone is falling for this. CJ putting on more pressure. They cross through the smoke. They're pulling nades. Is that how it ends? Is that really how it ends? Maybe not. Agile 1v2.
It's a wild sequence to open up in this 1v4 clutch attempt from Agile. Kit and full nades on Monacy as they creep up together through this spawn side. It's this duo of Nico and Monacy reunited in Falcons jerseys that have to close this out and stop the Agile clutch in its tracks. They manage it. Nico and Monacy reunited, and they find success straight away, striking while the iron's hot here in Melbourne for a 2-0 to open up their tournament run.